Welcome everyone. At the last day of our event at Techstar Startup Week Next Generation, we are now with Arif Akdağ. First of all, welcome. We are so
Thank you
excited
so
to
much,
have you
Ege.
here. Arif Akdağ is in our entrepreneurs ecosystem is as known as everybody's brother Arif, or maybe because at any time of their lives they kind of ask for some answers and go and ask him about that. So now at this session we are going to talk about the concept mentorship with one of the most maybe famous mentors in our ecosystem, as I mentioned. So welcome again. Would
Thank
you
you.
like to add something too?
All I want to say is it's two-way relationship. So I go and ask, and sometimes you come and ask me. So I learn from you, you learn from me, I learn from you. So it's just a both-way highway. I mean, it's wonderful to be in this ecosystem as well. And thanks a lot for organizing this whole event. You've done a great job. This ecosystem needs more of this kind of events. And thank you for your efforts, and thanks to everyone that is and will be listening to us on the internet.
Well, you mentioned a two-sided relationship, and then let's go into the concept then. I would like to, as like a philosopher, I would like to start with the definition of mentorship. Can you define
Mhm.
mentorship for us in your own words and on your perspective?
Sure. First, let me warn you that every definition changes by time. So, my definition today could be a very different definition tomorrow. Things change so fast. So, the first thing people should do is to learn how to adapt to change, to new information, to new way of life. So the people that will be able to adapt faster are going to be the next winners. The mentorship, by definition, is basically a derivative of your father and mother. Okay, so those mentors, your
Yeah.
first mentors in your life, are the people that are there to teach you the rules of the game. They should not be there to tell you what to do. They are there to explain you the playing field of this whole game called life. And then they are there to warn you about openness, about transparency, about abiding by the law, being fair, playing the teamwork, being honest, being knowledgeable, how to search for information, and all, and etc. etc. So what I'm trying to say is a mentor is not there to tell you what to do, is not there to give you the rules, is not there to basically give you what is perfectly accepted. You will have to challenge every mentor in your life, but you will also have to listen to them very carefully because it's a those people are full of experience. They've been through many things. They have stories to tell, and they have passionate stories to tell because they failed or they became successful. You see, so listen to them carefully. But when you take a mentorship on board, make sure that that person at least, how should I say, has a sense of social responsibility too. What I mean by that is a mentor is not there to basically take something from you. Yes, we learn. Yes, we take something from you in a way of information, but a mentor is there to pave you the way, to guide you the right direction as he or she knows it. That might not
Yeah.
be always the right way. And you are there to listen to it, to analyze it, to question it, to challenge it, and then to find your own path. That's the relationship in a way.
Well, actually, I think it is more extensive and maybe kind of meaningful than that we know mentorship as common. So, uh, for example, a question from my life. My cousin, he's
Mhm,
5 years younger than
mhm.
me, and he's always gets into trouble, and he always calls me, and I know sometimes before he makes that
Which is good.
mistake. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm happy for that at least. But yeah, sometimes I know that he's going to make that
Mhm.
mistake, but I tell him that, okay, I don't find it right, but when you see that
Right.
this is not right, I will be there.
Right.
Just chill
Good.
out. Then can we call this mentorship too? Or is there
Yes, we can
anything
again. That is
really?
good mentorship, by the way. That is good mentorship. You tell them, but telling is never enough. You tell them. I warn people. I tell them what's going to happen. I know that the business is going to fail. In a way, sometimes. I'm not right
Yeah.
all the time. But then I tell them, don't take my word for it. Go and do it. Prove me wrong. That's a good mentorship, right? That's what I think. And then if they fail, well, there's so much to learn from failure. I mean, so much. Just enjoy
Yeah.
failing. Fail as much as you can, as soon as you can, because you're young. Do all your mistakes real fast. Life goes
Well,
by real fast too.
actually, in our event, we are at the last day, and by the time goes,
Mhm,
uh, we are
mhm.
hosting different speakers, but at the same time, I kind of feel that there is a cumulative knowledge that's been maybe collecting because at
True.
the as a last example in our first session of today, Didem Altop was together with us, and she told that we
Mhm.
need to
She's
teach
wonderful.
children
I listened to it.
exactly.
Yeah,
Right? So it was
she's
really
amazing.
inspiring. And as I said, as you
Right.
said, don't scared to fail. So it's all about maybe this is one of the bases of having a conversation. Maybe you think because I believe in something, you believe in something. We can even agree that we are not on the same
Mhm,
page, and still we
mhm.
can support each other with our knowledge. Maybe so. The important thing
Obviously.
is the listen. You do you say?
Definitely. I mean, you in life, I mean, this is not about mentorship. This is about life. In life, you have to be a good listener. Because if you talk, you tell what you know, you repeat what you know. I
Yeah.
repeat it to you, to them, to her, everyone. But if you listen, you already know what you know. If you listen, if you're a good listener, you learn from other people. Your learning experience adds up. Your perspective widens. So you have to be a good listener to be successful in life. That's I strongly believe that. And as a matter of fact, I probably know 60 or 70% of everyone that was active and that came here to give a speech from the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And I'm proud of that because Turkish ecosystem needs a
Yeah.
lot of mentors. It needs a lot of events like this one that you're organizing. It needs a lot of life experiences. Remember those pensioners, the people that go on pension in Turkey? I mean, we have to make more use. I mean, we have to use them more. We have to
Yeah.
basically squeeze out all the experience in our elderly mothers and fathers and uncles and like great grandfathers. And in Turkey, I think we lack that so much. They could be so
Yeah.
helpful you know so I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of space to be covered in mentorship. I mean, a mentor should be with you very early in life. A lot of success stories in the States or in developed countries, it comes from embarrassing a mentor, having a good mentor with you,
Yeah.
someone that actually is open to telling you the truth
Yes.
about his or her experiences, and tells you everything in the harshest way. Crude, like crude oil. Like it's just the pure essence
Lies.
of what I learned from my successes and failures. So if you find that person, trust me, you will cover the timeline that takes you to success, or
Yeah.
that takes you to happiness in life much faster, with people
Yeah.
surrounded, with good mentors surrounding you.
Well, actually, your words are really full of information and really important points. Each one of them needs to be another half hour to discuss and capture. So, uh, yeah, those are really nice points. So, I want to go a bit deeper about the way of communication, and especially about the misunderstanding
Mhm.
uh, about mentorship. I'm not going to say sessions, but the conversations that's been happening between the
Mhm.
mentor and the mentee. So, what do you think is the biggest
Mhm.
misunderstanding from the mentor's side, that when
Okay.
people are giving advices?
Okay. Real honestly, when you say mentorship, I mean, my heart beats so fast simply because in this ecosystem, as Galata Business Angels, we were the first angel investment group. We are the first angel investment group, but we were the first to organize an event called Mentor Clinic. I remember the day that we named that event as Mentor Clinic. I mean, Ziya Boyacıgiller, I mean, he passed away. What a wonderful guy. We were having a meeting with him, and we just came up. He was so open. He was the champion of mentorship in this country. And then Galata Business Angels came with an event called Mentorship Clinic, Mentor Clinic. So what we did is everyone that's a member of Galata Business Angels sat at a table. My mind was a blank canvas. Okay, I have no prejudices. I have
Yeah,
no bias. I have no previous knowledge about the person that's going to sit in front of me. I have no previous knowledge. They come, they sit in front of me. My mind is a blank canvas, and I listen to him or her. It's a new entrepreneur, someone with an idea. And I listen to him or her deeply. I ask questions. I try to understand what's the purpose, what he or she is planning to do. And in about 20 minutes, I pour out everything I know that I think will guide him or her in the future. I also get up, I introduce her to people that I know. I say, oh, that mentor
uh,
would be more helpful. Come on, I'll take you to him. I could take him to Meli. I could take him to Yemeksepi. I could take him to Getir. I could take him to, like I would take him, if it's retail business, I'll take him to someone else. The thing is, you do this all day. I mean, your mind becomes like a soup. It's just you give so
yes,
much, you drain. At the end of the day, everyone needs a good sleep. But that then became a norm in the Turkish ecosystem. We saw
yeah,
so many mentorship organizations and programs. So
yeah,
I gave you the keyword. The problem is you should sit in front of that person, assuming me, I'm talking to the mentors now. Sit in
yeah,
front of that young generation, know that he or she knows more than you, does things different than you. The future belongs to him or her. You
yeah,
should learn from him or her as much as he will learn from you. Take as much as you can, because a marketing skill, a marketing budget that I will tell you is irrelevant right now. I mean, we have a group of young entrepreneurs that came up with an app called Chamber. I'm giving you a real life experience.
yeah,
Chamber. It's a street basketball app. Trust me, their advertisement budget was $160, and they made sure that about 13,000 people downloaded the app all around the world with $1,600 budget. I would have told them you need a budget of 100,000, $100,000 per month
yeah,
to succeed in this. So new
yeah,
ways, people, young generation know new ways. Young generations know better a lot of things. So tell them what you know. but be prepared that they might be out there to surprise you really, really deeply. Another thing is, honestly, in this country, I'm talking about the Turkish ecosystem and the governance and the social life, young people should be given a lot of more chances. Everyone that's above 45 should seriously quit their jobs in government offices and in municipalities. I'm not kidding. And the young generation should take over the governance, even the big banks, even the big corporations. Trust me, the company is going to do better than what the old generation thinks is best. Because
Yeah,
things
because
change. You gotta adapt. Give the young generation a chance.
well, exactly. It's a common saying that we are the children becomes maybe more successful or better versions of their parents because we, for example,
Right?
see their wrong parts, and if they're open it, we discuss it with them, so they lighten us, and then turn this since we don't turn that kind of attitudes into habits so that we can change, maybe obviously our children will be a lot better,
Sure.
but again there is a cumulative
Sure.
development in
Things
this
change.
situation. Exactly. So uh
Definitely. And it's a trade. It's a both-way trade. Plus, it should start very young. I mean, in schools, if you could identify the interest of the students early, then you could assign. I mean, let's say he's a genius in piano. He could be a musical genius. Then his or her mentor could be the previous geniuses that Gülsün Onay or Suna Khan. I mean, they
yeah,
could be a mentor to this new generation of musicians, and they could share their life experiences in concerts, how they beat their anxiety. What is there out there that this young generation is gonna face? The rules, the playing ground, the atmosphere. What they
yeah,
can basically foreshadow the future for them. It's the same with engineering, it's the same with sciences, it's the same with corporations and business students. So if we could do this as Turkey, our our country's future will be much, much brighter. Honestly. We need to get this old generation, people with experiences, and we need to connect them to the young generation early on.
well, because it's always easier to walk in a road with holding someone's hand actually, but
Of
as you
course.
mentioned, being unprejudiced, and the person who holds your hand should not be forcing you uh,
No,
outside on your road. So the thing that in
absolutely.
our ecosystem, we were making some events, and there were some experiences of us that the entrepreneurs came out and said that, okay, we are going to quit. And we were like, why? What happened? And they said, okay, we thought that our idea won't work. So, and I said, okay, you decided after one mentorship
Mm,
session? And they were like, yes. And I was,
no.
okay, have your, first of all, have your skin a lot maybe thicker, so don't give up that easily. And sometimes people don't agree about, when they don't agree with you, they find it difficult to stand by
Mhm.
your side at the same time. So you, as one of the people
It's
who
true. Again,
knows this better. Mhm.
right. Again, I mean, real life experiences. It's really simple. I mean, I can give you a couple, which I think is
Please.
interesting. I mean, if you have a mentor, you're starting your business, right? You're very young, and all you want to do is set up a company, set up your office, start writing invoices. That's what you want. You know what I would do with you? First, I mean, really, now that I'm a mentor in a way, you know, first I would make sure that from the very beginning on, you attach a social responsibility aspect of what you see as a problem in society. Attach that to your business idea. Make sure that on your way to success, you from the very, very beginning of the idea, you start giving back to the society, to the underprivileged, to whatever your heart beats, to animals, to trees, to environment. This is what I would. This in a way is a value of a mentor. Okay, because you just want to make profit. You just want to sell the idea. It's a great idea. But if you make $1, make sure you give 1 cent back at the very beginning stage. And that's going to be very impressive too when you go
Yeah.
out in the real life. Secondly, you have to validate your idea. You're telling me a story, right? It's a story. We're going to make so much in 5 years. We are
Yeah.
millionaires and things. It's a story. So what? You know what I do again? You know what I do? I say, imagine that you have the company. Imagine that you have a business card. You know what I will do? I will take you out to the street as if you have a company and as if you have a business. I would take you to a customer. As I don't care what age you are. I would take you to a customer and I would ask you to sell the idea to the customer. By the way, he or she is a real customer that is going to buy your business when it's there. So I take you to this shop, and let's say your idea is about putting a TV in a restaurant. That's your idea. You want to put TVs in restaurants, and you're going to make some money
Yeah.
off of the advertisement. Before even the business exists, I will take you to the restaurant as if your business exists, and I would ask you to sell your business, and I just want to see the reaction of the restaurant owner. Is he ready to buy the business? Is he impressed with you? Can you sell the business? I really would do that. I would validate your idea with you. Plus,
Well,
I would
yeah.
make sure that from very early on, you know your finances, you know your cash flow, you know your numbers. From very early on, I would make sure that you are capable of creating a company culture that
That's
you
really
can
important.
basically transfer your enthusiasm to everyone in the company. The business idea, trust me again, and this is another thing I would tell you from very early on. As a mentor, it's not the idea, it's your teammates, it's the team that's going to be successful. Your idea might change, you might pivot. You might say
Yeah.
we're going to sell cups. We might end up selling glasses. You're going to say we're going to sell cars. We might end up selling planes. I don't know. The idea changes, like Facebook did,
Yeah.
like Twitter did.
Yeah.
But what doesn't change is you as an entrepreneur and your teammates. So people don't change. So I'll make sure that you're out there picking the right team for your business idea. And I'm out there helping you to create that company culture that will carry you to success. Maybe you'll not be successful. You know what else a mentor does? You have a problem, you call your mentor. You break up with your girlfriend, boyfriend, you call your mentor. Trust me, I've been through this. You have an accident, you call your mentor. You say, what do I do now? You have a company, you want to sell your business. Your mentors connects you to those people that will not even spend a second with you, listening to your
In a
ideas.
regular way.
But
Yeah.
someone that's mentoring you is going to open the way, is going to pave the way for you to have that chance. I'm not saying you'll be able to sell. I'm just saying that you will have a chance to sell.
Well, actually, we can say a mentor as the first example that you give was our parents, and it's kind of like a
Sure.
parent that maybe protects you, but not in a overprotective way. Like when you're walking on your road,
Mm-hmm.
if you need to have a struggle, okay, have that struggle. It's not the thing, as I understood. So, but when you're having that struggle,
Mm-hmm.
and if you
Mm-hmm.
have an aim, you don't have to walk that far. There is a little shorter way that you can learn the same, right?
Sure. Sure. Plus, that couple of seconds that you spend with your mentor, it's so amazing. I mean, imagine
Yes.
you spending half an hour with Warren Buffett. You're spending half an hour with Steve Jobs. You're spending half an hour with whatever, Elon Musk. And you're able to ask them, imagine every day, how you're able to watch. You're able to watch them in action. You're able to attend their business meetings. Imagine that being possible. Imagine the joy and imagine the amount of mistakes that you would do less and the
Yes.
things you would learn from them. It's
Well,
priceless.
sometimes from an older people, I hear some such things. I met with a person who is older than me. They are saying that to me. And
Mhm,
one
mhm,
day,
mhm,
he or she said something. I didn't understand it back then. And it kind of
mhm.
kept, I kept thinking about that. And maybe after 10 years, I finally realized what he or she was saying. And yes, I didn't even
That's
know
what
that
she
it
said.
changed my life, right?
Yeah, yeah. Do you
Exactly
know
as
what?
a
It
cover.
happens to me too. It happens to me too.
Really?
It happens to me too. Yeah, of course. I mean, my father told me something many, many years ago, and then I say, "Wow, that's what he meant." He always said, like, being a businessman takes time. You can't be rich overnight. You can't. I mean, it's very exceptional.
Yeah.
I mean, spend the sweat. It's, blood, sweat, and tears. It's just competition. You have to, crisis. You have to pay your way. It's the team that's going to support you. It's your family that's going to support you. It takes time. Enjoy the ride. Don't forget to have fun. Okay. That's what your mentor should say too. Don't forget to enjoy those little moments in life. Don't forget to pay respect to your parents, who are your first mentors, who are giving you money without expecting anything back, except being a decent person. They invest in you. I mean, I'm an angel investor, but the real angels are your parents. They spend all their life for you so that you can have a better life. So pay your respects, hug them, kiss them. Make sure that you take good care of them,
I miss
even
them.
even when they are very, very old. Yeah, we are here to create that emotion.
Yes.
Really, everybody should hug their parents. That's your real mentors. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned about the spirit of having a team in maybe second or third time. So I have a question that I've been thinking for a lot of
Mhm,
time. So
mhm,
um,
mhm,
having a
mhm,
team is something that uh, I see an idea and or a company as an organization that
mhm,
is
mhm.
that you contribute, even if you are even if you are just taking the calls, being
Okay.
you there makes
Of course.
difference
Of
than
course.
having someone
Of course.
else.
Of
So
course.
team is really crucial at the same time. I
Of
At
course.
this point I'm fine, but when it comes to dedication and when people
Mhm,
when your team starts to let you down at some point, and
mhm.
should you say that, okay, I am super dedicated to this, whatever I am doing, I am going to
Mhm.
make it anyways. So but I'm going to make it anyways, and I would be happy if you were a part of this. Would it be a nice approach,
Okay.
or how should we
Okay.
react in those situations?
Okay. Two things. Two things. First, an entrepreneur should always give the impression that he or she is gonna succeed regardless of you, of financial or mentor or anyone, regardless of anyone being there. I mean, here is the train that goes to success, and the person, and I'm on that train as an entrepreneur. I'm taking this train to success. I have a ticket to give you. Those are your employees, those are your investors, those are the people that you're trying to pitch your idea to. I have this limited amount of tickets. You want to get on this train to success or you don't? You should create this feeling of urgency and this feeling of, regardless of you, I'm going to go and I'm going to succeed,
Yeah,
because I sold my car, I sold my home, I dropped out of school. It's no joke.
even
I
sometimes.
dropped out of school to succeed. I sacrificed everything I know. I sold the shirt. I sold this shirt to succeed. and I'm going to succeed. So this is number one. That feeling should always be in the company culture, and the entrepreneur should always be able to transfer that feeling to everyone that's listening to him or her. Second, crisis, problems are very valuable. Make the best of it. That's when you know if the person in the team belongs to your team. That's when you know, because it's just like sailing. You're on the boat together, and there's a captain, and everybody has a duty to fulfill. Everybody has a job.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't do the job properly, we sink all together. We sink all together. So
Yeah.
make sure that those crises, those problems, those questions arise early in the entrepreneurship life, in your company's life. And then you will know who is with you genuinely. That you might say you're with me, but execution and action are two separate things. Promises, words is one thing, execution, action, and result is another thing. The problem is execution. Don't tell me, show me. Come up with a
Yeah.
creative idea. Crisis is very important. The poor, the weak drops out of the game. The real strong, the real one, the people that know the value of cash flow will survive. Not a storytelling, not the debt, not the future collectibles, cash flow today. And the market is merciless. It's not, I mean, a market is your real mentor. Market. The market will tell
That was
you
a great,
if you'll be
great word.
successful. Yeah, that's the mentor. And merciless, you know?
Yes,
Because if
exactly.
people aren't
So
there to, if you're not solving a real problem, if you're not addressing and solving a real problem, and your business model is wrong, and your product doesn't function, and your team doesn't function, then the market, the people
would
that are
say
there
something.
with their dollars in their hands, yeah, they are there to buy the product, you're going to lose all of them. And if you can deliver, then the people will bring their cash to you every day. So the market will validate your idea. So make sure you can read the markets and your customers. And your customers first too. Your mentor is going to tell you this. Numbers don't lie. Make sure you know your numbers, your team, your business idea, validate your idea, your market plan, your business plan, your future. You're going to sell shares. Try to know the market really well. Study the market, read the books,
Yeah.
predict the future. Imagine 5 years, 10 years from now, and question everything. Question the law, question your mentor, question everything that's in your life. Listen to people, analyze, and do what you think is right. Do what you think is right. Don't let anyone tell you that this is the right way. No, they should only tell you the guidelines. As I said, transparency, fairness, empathy, you know, putting yourself in the shoes of the other person and trying to understand how they would feel because of those
Yeah.
actions. Those are very, very valuable advice that your mentor is going to give you. The mentor's connections, the mentor's experiences, the mentor's deep pocket. He's just make sure you make the best of your mentor. And if you don't agree with him, find another one, or with her, find another one. Find someone that is a perfect fit with your future plans. Use the mentor in every way you can.
Well, I was about to say we are gonna conclude. Would you have any? Would you like to conclude with a little explanation? But uh, you already made a really extensive, but at the same time a really maybe a plain explanation about everything that we just spoke. So, well, thank you for that.
Yeah, I thank you again. I thank you for this whole organization, everyone that's behind the scenes, and all the attendees. And I thank everyone that's listening to us, that is sparing time. That basic, I mean, time. What's the value of time? What's the value of your minute? A minute of your life, how much does it cost? Please always remember that. Spend your time wisely. People that are listening to us, Thank you for spending your time with us. I hope you learned something. I hope you leave this table with some new ideas or with some new inspirations. Plus, I forgot to turn on the lights. I mean, I'm
Well,
so deeply involved. I mean, I forgot to turn on the lights and it got dark. Sorry
it's
about that.
okay. It's okay. We can see you, and the more important thing that we can
Yeah,
hear you. So again,
great.
especially thank you for your time that you spend with
Thank
us
you.
to
Thank
have
you.
us
Thank you.
to let you have you here. Again, it was the last day
It's a
of the
pleasure.
session. Well, for 5 days, we have listened to a lot of people from a lot of topics, and having that kind of a
Thank you.
discussion at the last day of the event was so precious, and especially doing this with you was
Thank you.
made it more precious than ever.
Same here. It
Again,
was a pleasure. You've been great. Again, you've been great. Keep it up. Keep it up. Do more of these. I'll be really happy to come anytime you ask my ideas or my, small, decisions and things. I'm available for you anytime. And the future belongs to you. Keep up the good work. I mean, a big, 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 big bravo to
thank you so
everyone
much.
that's behind the scenes and to you and to all the participants. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. For the next session, we are gonna move on. With another speaker of us.
Sure.
Hande Aydın will be with us. So we are gonna announce the link from our accounts. But for the ones who wanna have it in a quicker way, I'm gonna send it to the chat part so that everyone can see, maybe to jump up to the next session. Again, thank you so much. And I wish you a really nice evening and a weekend ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Same here. Take care. Thank you.